Welcome to Arriva.
Welcome to Arriva.
Welcome to Arriva.
Welcome to Arriva.
Hello, I'm really pleased to welcome you to the Arriva UK bus team. I'd like to take just a few moments to tell you about our business, what we do, and most importantly, how we do it. Arriva UK Bus is part of the Deutsche Bahn Group, a European business that provides transport solutions to 14 countries, including buses, trains, water buses and trams. You've joined a family of over 60,000 colleagues that keep Europe moving. Together we transport nearly 13 million people every day to live their lives, whether it's getting to work, visiting friends and family, or going to the theatre. In the UK, we run over 5,000 buses and 450 non-emergency ambulances, and our 16,000 colleagues make over 400 million journeys possible every year. You may have seen this image around, either in the depots or on our website. Our mission is to become the mobility partner of choice. Put simply, that means our customers, when given the choice, always select Arriva to travel with, because we get them from where they are to where they want to get to at a good price, at the right time, comfortably and safely. Our people set us apart from the competition, and it's down to you, me and everyone in the UK bus to make us the partner of choice through commitment, ideas, customer service, passion, every single day. It's about living and breathing our values. Let's take a look at them.
One Arriva.
We work together as one team.
Together we are Arriva.
Good morning, Ashgrove. Yeah, we change those every time we change caliper now.
At Arriva, we have departments that work on specialised areas of the business. The One Arriva value is all about how we collaborate together. So how does that work day to day?
My role involves working with the engineers, because I'm specifically in engineering, but we're providing the parts that the drivers require, so we're changing a lot of their parts. I have to provide information for either accounts payable, risk management department, and I liaise directly with other suppliers, so I have to be involved with lots of different people at the same time.
Working here as a team is very important, and I really love working with the guys.
Working with the engineers and the drivers means we can deal with issues as they happen.
They listen to us if we tell them that we've got problems out on the road. They listen to us, and if we have to put suggestions forward, they listen, and then they try and implement them.
It maintains buses, it maintains the comfort of the passengers. Say if we bring a bus back at the end of the night and it's got a rip in a seat, we will go and see the engineering and tell them about it.
It's paramount importance that people work as teams, work collaboratively, seek out their peers, seek out people in the other functions to make the right choices for our customers.
An example of good team working is where operations are able to come to the engineering manager with a problem, something that's been highlighted at the first use check, and engineering being responsive to do what they need to get that vehicle or that defect rectified, and therefore enabling operations to meet their commitment in terms of making run out.
Being the depot general manager, I'm responsible for a number of areas within the garage and different teams, and it's important that they all understand what we're trying to achieve.
Our depots are both close to each other. Borrow staff, drivers, engineers, try and steal vehicles. So yeah, we can work close together as well as in the depot, but obviously with the depots local to us.
What makes my job go smoothly is working as a team with the engineers. You must have a good team around you to ensure that you get the end product at the end of the day. Lifting their confidence, making sure they're enthusiastic, keeping on top of things all the time and giving them what they want, be it tooling, equipment, anything like that, just to keep them happy, to ensure that we get the end product. How do I lift their morale? My personality in singing karaoke. There you go. I get involved in the workshop. I ensure that things are being done to the right standards, and I lift their confidence by telling them if they're doing a good job, and always giving them feedback about their vehicles, that if they haven't or have come back after a breakdown and after a service, so always keeping them informed.
Working on the air brake systems, obviously we're going to need someone else in the cab to operate the handbrake and the foot brake valve whilst you're going underneath checking for air leaks or you know, checking the whole air pipe system to see if there's any leaks at all. That's why you need another colleague, which benefits you because you can't do that by yourself, you know, unless you've got really long arms.
Collaboration will work from first thing in the morning when the driver turns up and is greeted by a happy member of our GS team, who will then organise the driver to go and do their duty throughout the day in a polite and professional manner.
All I need to do is drive the bus. The controllers control.
Our job is to make sure everything is running perfectly from the perspective of drivers, engineers.
Communication is key and it's imperative to our business. Without it, we cannot function in the way we would like or our primary customer would like.
The traffic will come to a standstill because we couldn't explain what's happening or find out what's happening.
No one is an island, no one can work on your own. You really need to work with your colleagues.
Working together makes it worthwhile. Great customer experience.
We keep our customers happy
every day.
Lonnie, they've asked me to be friendly. Go on then.
As well as the general public, we have internal customers. This includes our colleagues, Transport for London and local authorities across the UK. So how do we give them a great customer experience?
So the first thing in operations, what comes to mind is obviously the drivers. Because if the drivers didn't go out there and provide a really good customer service, then you wouldn't get your passengers travel on your buses.
On top of delivering a great service on the road, it's also about keeping our customers informed. We use social media, Twitter and the like to let them know if there's any problems with the services, any changes to the service, if we're making any special offers on ticketing and the like.
I like to help customers as much as I can.
In some sort of disability or whatever, I would always ask them to stop and I would do what I need to do to help them to get on the bus.
I do make the effort at least once or twice a week to go down to a bus station and introduce myself to some customers. I get some positive feedback and I get some negative feedback. It's very useful actually because you get a feel for your network, you get a feel for what the public are really thinking.
Just have a general friendly approach to passengers.
And I give them any information that they require and I just have a general happy persona to try and keep people at ease and happy with the service that we provide.
I have a passion as an area trainer in the courses I deliver to try and get the drivers to buy into just what great customer service means for them. And I have to remember the importance of the courses I deliver. I want those coming to my training courses to enjoy their experience with me. And if I can get them to buy in that, in turn, if they can deliver that to their customers, then that's going to put us ahead of our competitors and it will make people want to come back and use the service even more.
I think of my mother when I'm driving the bus now, because she complains to me when a driver doesn't dip or passes a bus stop, and I explain to her that unless we know, we can't help you. So I try and think on her level.
With internal customers, it's very important that the supervisors, again, are friendly. We use the same sort of skill set that the drivers would use. The ability to inspire people.
We're all able to ask each other for help because we all know we will help each other if we're able to. Everyone will sort of pull together. And if you need something, you can ask, and you know, if it's doable, someone will be able to help you out and get it done.
For me, the bus driver is my customer, and if I can keep the bus driver happy, then the engineers will give what we can, the best of our ability.
Dealing with the drivers and when they're doing breakdowns, us going to them and helping them.
My overall approach would try and make the stores as user-friendly as possible for my mechanics, where they would be able to find the part themselves, be able to come and find the information themselves, so make it as easy and user-friendly for them as possible.
My colleagues tend to be my customers internally, and I go about supporting them by, I guess, making sure that I fully understand what their challenges are. I've mentioned about that better communication with colleagues, but it's also being able to not just talk and visit and see what's going on, but being able to produce solutions that fits their requirements. But also understanding that I don't have all the answers, you know, so if I haven't got the answers, knowing where to go and find those answers.
I guess everyone's each other's customers. You've got the passengers to the drivers to the engineers, the drivers to the duty managers, and I'd say I work a lot with the drivers, so they're my customers. You just need to treat everyone with respect and treat everyone how you'd like to be treated, and then they'll do the same for you.
Doing the right thing.
We look after our customers, colleagues and the environment.
And always put safety first.
Wear your high vis all the time. Wear your high vis all the time.
This is about taking individual responsibility to keep each other safe. And here are some examples of how we do that.
Wear high vis around the garage for the safety of yourself and other drivers who might be driving the bus around the garage.
And when I see my other colleagues who haven't got their high vis, I make sure I let them know. Not in a normal way, I just say, you forgot something, you know, just high vis. A lot of drivers do it. When we're in the forecourt, a lot of drivers go like that. Especially if there's a controller in the depot and he's looking at us and you go, oh, and you quickly go, oh, sorry, I forgot, it was in my bag or it was in my locker, I forgot to put it on.
While managing the site, I'm looking after my customers or my internal customers and staff by making sure they have a safe working environment to come to. So basically we induct them into the garage and explain the value in wearing the correct footwear when being on site.
What I like to do is try and remove all trip hazards, so move everything out of the way. It makes it a nicer environment for my colleagues to work in. Everything in here has a place, lives in the same place. I get upset if it's put in the wrong place, so that way they can find what they're looking for. It's safe for them to walk around in.
Health and safety on a bus is extremely important because you're driving a very large vehicle with a lot of passengers on.
Make sure the bus is parked properly so they can get off and on the bus nearer to the pavement.
When they board the bus, I'm always looking in the mirror to make sure they're sitting down before I even move the bus.
Slow down the bus early, try and brake smoothly.
The lorry was parked on the curb and it's blocking the road, so you have to take care and caution while you're passing it. If it's not passable, just stop your bus, take your time until the police or anyone else from the council can come and remove the vehicle. So always first is safety.
We're always keeping a lookout for any potential, for any sort of incident to occur, just to make sure that everybody gets through the day.
What would you say to someone who sees a small problem but has no time to do anything about it?
I would always expect any member of staff at any level within my garage to challenge anybody that they see doing something unsafe.
I would just say, look, you've got to take time to sort it out.
All small problems need addressing.
What happens if somebody gets hurt?
Tell someone, report it to a duty manager. You know, it takes a minute.
Because that small problem could become a large problem during the day.
Everybody within the business is responsible for health and safety. It doesn't matter how small.
It may seem like a small issue, but if it's left undealt with, a small hole in the yard, someone could trip over in that. That could become a really big issue.
If you're busy doing a job but you've noticed there's a trip hazard and someone walks past you, you could just point it out to them and say, would you mind just moving that? I just need to move this. Because obviously sometimes the mechanics are doing safety critical work, so they can't really step away from what they're doing, but they could point to someone else and say, would you mind just quickly moving that while I'm doing this?
You'll never get into trouble for dealing with something with health and safety around one of our depots.
Thinking beyond.
We are curious and inspired to think beyond today.
For an even bigger and better Arriva tomorrow.
Arriva is constantly striving to evolve the business, how we work and solve problems. We love new ideas which come from all parts of our company. Here are some examples of thinking beyond and some new ideas we're working on right now.
I think what I'm looking forward to the most with Arriva coming up very soon is a new brand called Arriva Click.
So bus service has always been run to a timetable.
And it's almost along the lines of Uber.
Get from place to place at whatever time of day they want. They haven't got to wait till hour or on the hour. They haven't got to follow the certain routes that obviously our buses do now.
So as part of our brand value of thinking beyond, here at Hemel Hempstead we've decided to implement a fleet of Kia Souls. During our normal operation we have to have ferry movements in order to drop off and collect our drivers on the roadside. In order to improve that in terms of the environment and cost cutting, these are fully electric instead of our diesel traditional ferry movements. As part of that, we currently have 6 and looking to implement a 7. We are the first depot to do this at the time. We're hoping the rest of Arriva will take on board this initiative and help to improve the environment.
One of the biggest things we're working on is our leadership programme. So that's a really big incentive that's been pushed across the Arriva UK. It's really important because it's looking at all different levels, from garage supervisors and senior garage supervisors up to our GM levels and above. Within that you have a number of people going through the programs, and what I've found inspiring is that because of people already attending our programs, I've got other managers now approaching me and saying, Kathleen, could I join? I'm really inspired by what I've heard from people that are attending this, and I'd like to be on board. And that, to me, that positive message that's coming out through the programs, and we're only in our infancy in its delivery, but the fact that people are already asking, I'd like to be on the next tranche, that to me is really inspiring.
We're currently working on a project called GEAR, Getting Engineering Absolutely Right. And therefore, this is something where if we get this right, it will be rolled out across the business, and this will specifically help that concept that Arriva as a whole can improve on engineering.
The business excellence and the business transformation work that we're doing to make sure that every process that we have is at the optimum level and that everything that we do can deliver a better service going forward.
What's great with the Thinking Beyond is that when you see environments change as due to a learning. So for example, where there has been an incident in garages where somebody could have been run over by a bus, we have implemented systems in place to ensure that such an action is not going to happen again.
So now on we take more caution while we're reversing buses in the forecourt.
We should have a banksman at all times. If you're reversing in the depot, then you ask either a colleague or anyone in engineering or any management to just stand behind you and shepherd you out. You never ever reverse without a banksman, and you always have your reverse hazard noises and lights on at all times.
One of the things that Arriva is doing is actually looking at new ticketing machines and new ways of communication. So one of the communication devices that is coming our way is a brand new ticket machine that's coming in 2019, Ticketer. We're hoping for great things from Ticketer, and one of the facilities it does have on it is communication. You can actually communicate with your driver via the machine.
We want the company to grow by delivering more for our customers, and we want our colleagues to have the opportunity to grow with Arriva too. We want you to love and be great at your job. We provide great training to ensure you can be the best of the best in the job of your choice. You might be interested in other jobs at Arriva too, and we provide development opportunities and programmes to enable you to move into other roles if that's how you want to grow your career at Arriva. We'll help you get to where you want to be.
At Arriva, you can join our organisation as an apprentice, a graduate, or direct hire. From the off, as a driver, we can deliver the full programme for driver training through our apprenticeships of engineering, and from that point, you can then develop your career further, taking supervisory training, leadership training, management training, as well as specialist fields such as commercial, HR, finance, etc. It's really important in Arriva that we grow our own talent, and therefore we have a number of development programmes where people can join us at entry level as driver, engineer, and work their way right the way through, as we have many examples in our organisation, to general manager, area director, and a number of people have joined as apprentices and gone to RMD. Throughout that time, they've had development in at the core areas of their role, as well as undertaking supervisory management development and leadership development as well. Talent development is crucial to Arriva. Without it, we wouldn't be able to sustain the excellent customer service that we deliver, and we wouldn't be able to sustain our market position. And it's really important that our people grow throughout their career in Arriva. Our most important asset is our people, and therefore we want to help our people be better at the jobs that they do and further their career with us.
I will leave the final words to our colleagues from all over the UK. They have their own advice on how to get the most out of your first few days, weeks and months with us.
Take a deep breath. Try and stay calm.
Take your time with everything, because if you try and rush, things will go wrong.
And listen to the passengers.
We are all in it together. We have all been there. We've arrived knowing nothing, so we have no problem in helping anyone else out because we've all been there from step one.
Acknowledge all your staff when you see them.
Be open to new ideas.
Work hard.
Don't be afraid to ask stupid questions.
Have some pride in your product.
Be constructive, be considerate when you're communicating, and be confident in how you do that.
Go out and enjoy your role. Try and enjoy the job that you do on a daily basis.
let me just walk and I'll come back. Just need to get this grin off my face and be serious about it.